Hello, we're talking about innovation in financial services organizations and especially about the new UK pension freedoms and focusing on the crux of the matter, answering customer questions on asset decumulation. Hello there, customer. Okay, customer, you've listened to all the wise words and guidance and everything seems scary and confusing. Let's shine some light on the matter. What we're going to do is to take your unique circumstances and put them into a projection going forward year by year, showing you now at age 65, your spouse aged 62, then next year 66 and 63, and so on going downward. First, we're going to start with capital in. You say your house is worth $320,000 after paying off the mortgage. You say your pension fund is worth $200,000. That's normal. It's normal for the pension fund to be a minority of overall assets. And you have an ISA, which you want to cash next year. That's also normal. Different things coming in over the future, not all at one so-called retirement date. And an expected inheritance. Sure, the timing and amount aren't exact, but remember, this is a what-if, not a statement of fact, and you can redo with lots of what-ifs. This is really an online sandbox. You can do it at any time, not just at so-called retirement. And you've got 12,000 of other savings that you might draw in a few years' time. Okay, that gives this as a total position. Okay, I see you agree that this is a reasonable overall picture of your assets. So let's put the detail aside and just keep the totals and look at capital redeployment, starting with buying some annuity over, say, 10 years. This gives you some protection in case of a very long life, but spreads the purchase to avoid locking in at one arbitrary point in time. Also, you want to see the effect of some equity release. It's an interesting what-if. And you also want to investigate buy-to-let. We understand everybody's talking about this. We must be able to handle it even if no action is taken. Okay, so that gives us a total that looks like this. Good, I see you agree. Okay, let's leave capital for now and look at income, starting with state pension for you and your spouse and the annuity you bought. Then there's the income from your buy-to-let and your company DB pension, which produces a nice income but which we could investigate transferring, subject to appropriate safeguards. Then there are drawings for holidays and weddings you mentioned. We could expand these sources of income to include part or full-time work, but you say that you want to ignore that for now. So that gives total income figures for each year and income tax projections. All that look about right? Good, but don't worry too much about it now. First we want to take a look at your updated assets, which we're dividing into funds and other and then total. Okay, let's take 5. It's all a bit intense. Right, that's better. Let's take a look at your funds in the first year. We'll pick out some figures to check later. Just get the overall picture for now. Okay, then there's your house and your buy-to-let, giving a total, which then carries forward to the next year and builds year by year. Some quick points. That's your 200,000 fund less the 10,000 for buying the annuity. There's the equity release, which, as you can see, leads to a reduction in the net value of your home. There's the buy-to-let investment, which was paid for out of funds. These figures aren't the same because the value is assumed to have gone up slightly since you bought it. And there's an indication of inheritance tax. Okay, there's no need to go through all of these columns all of the time. We just look at a summary showing capital in, capital redeployment, income and assets that came from the so-called exploded views we were going through earlier. What needs to happen now is that you Think about all this. Play with the what-ifs. Understand that these figures are based on assumptions and are not facts. Understand what the risks are. If you're not happy using these numbers yourself, you can use an advisor to take you through these scenarios and options, and when you're good and ready, take action. So that's a picture of what customers will want in the new pension freedoms world. A lot of other things follow from this, and they'll all need managing. To use innovation methods to develop and deliver these capabilities, contact Blake Dempster at innovation4ukfs.com. Thanks for listening.